We are live on our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining us. Hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. Jays win. Jays win. Jays win. Austin, is it time for the flag? Is it time for the flag?
You know it.
Finally.
Wave it.
Finally. Wow. All right. We are going to have a jam-packed show. We're going to have Trey Alexander. Yeah, that'd be awesome if Trey was
That'd be cool.
Trey Ziegler, assistant coach, is going to join us here in a little bit. We'd love to get all of your thoughts besides chatting. We love it when you chat, but we want people to come on live tonight. This is a special show. And so please join us. Here's what all you need to do. You want to come on the show, you just pop us an email right there at that email address, bluejaybanner@gmail.com. AJ will get you on. All right? We want to see if we can get as many people on here tonight as we possible. Oh, man. What a game. And, how long have people been – Austin, you were on this boat too. How many people have been clamoring for Fedor to start?
Hey, man. Just listen, just listen to the guy. I think I know what I'm talking about a little bit. But no, I was happy to see that.
He played.
I was happy
he had
to see
a couple of errant passes, but other than that, he played his best game as a great player.
Absolutely. But he had different energy, right? And I think it showed that it's clear that he thought he was going to be a starter. I think that's kind of what I got from it.
Right. Kind of
he had a different pep in his step, honestly. Right. Generally, he still has it, but today, just his energy and just how quick he was, the first ball, first step, just a little everything. He looked a little bit different. Of course, I think his dad just came into town, so that probably kind of gave him a little more juice, right? But no, this was a hell of a game, all across the board, especially with all they've been dealing with. So. Yeah, great game.
There's so many people to talk about this game and so many things to talk about, really. And we'll get to them all. AJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, other than Owen Freeman, obviously not playing, but other than that, it felt like everything that we expected coming into the season happened. Josh Dix had a great shooting game. Fedor was attacking the hoop every single chance he could. Nick Graves was taking it down low and also hitting three. I mean, and Trout was hitting threes. It just everything that we expected coming into the year seemed to happen today, and that was just really refreshing and good to see. And like Austin said, we've had flashes all year. This felt like the first game, start to finish. We just played very consistent, and they went down 8 in the very beginning of the second half when they always say that first 4 minutes determines the rest. And they came back, fought their way back, and it was really impressive.
Shocker. That was a shocker there because they hit
it
right out of the gate. Okay, here we go.
Which they should have, right? They're at home.
I was really upset, too, at the end of the first half. Same thing happened in Omaha. We were up 6, and then, boom, it's a tie game,
Yep.
But, I think I don't know that this is underrated, but one of the big keys I think that'll be forgotten when we start, especially when we dig into individual play and so forth, is the fact that we I only think on one hand I can count the number of times we let them get an offensive rebound. We did a great job with the boards tonight. Great job.
They collectively
had 8 total.
Yeah. I mean,
collectively everything. We just looked on a string finally, even just defensively, right? They looked connected, and to that point, it was all the way from team defense to team rebounding finally. That's something that Mac's always done. That's what the Blue Jays predicate themselves on is team rebounding, right? Other than having Koch, we have never really had a big like that. So it's always kind of been this team rebounding thing. And I think it's just kind of been the first year that it's just been not accepted from the guys. And today it worked. You guys look great. I have a lot unsung heroes, to be honest, and I just keep wanting to jump to there, but there's I was thinking at the beginning of the game, I had one, and then at the end, of course, I think we all got one there, and then it's just I don't know. I was excited to see this. I think I've been disappointed, to be honest, the past 4, 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the other guy too, and we've seen him in spots, but Karam tonight, I mean, he played with a real toughness out there, man. He hits the ball. He doesn't, how often have we seen us get a rebound, Owen or Jason or whoever, and then throw it away, throw it, and a guy picks it off and lays it in, and Karam had that opportunity was there a couple times tonight, and he took his time, pump faked, brought the ball back and got it to the guy with the open. And he was just so steady tonight, so steady.
Yeah. I think he's finally starting to find his poise, a little bit in it. Of course, he's played professionally, so of course he understands the pace of play. But as we've kind of talked, I think the dialect's starting to, they're making it simple, right? So I think some of that too is starting to just click. And then, of course, just being with the guys long enough, he's finally to get some chemistry. And like tonight just looked like just great chemistry from a dude to not play, to come in the game and play the way he did. Like, it was just, I don't know. I was happy for the guys. Like, just great chemistry, to be honest.
I think it gets down to the motto to trusted Mac, right? Mac said it after the last game. He goes, these guys have been through hell. It's just been, 24 hours ago, they were at a funeral after the last game, and he was just like, these guys just need an emotional break here. And I think this is kind of like a hit the reset button type thing. They just said, hey, we're playing number 5 team in the country. Let's go out there and let's just do it. Let's go for it, man. Let's go for it.
Oh.
And then, so yeah, I mean, you knew Owen wasn't coming off the bench. I mean, you knew he wasn't. And then you were thinking, okay, he's made the decision to go away from Harper after the last few games. And then I think certain circumstances and just putting him in the game, he got in the game and it was almost like, okay, I got to show we're beating the number 5 team in the country here. I got to show what I can do and stick with the plan too. And he did. I mean, that took a lot of guts to take that second.
Yeah, he changed the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an open one. That's the one that, like, honestly, we shoot. To be honest, you jabbed him. Of course, they think he's a driver, and the guy just sat off him. He already hit one. And he's feeling good. Short corner. I don't know. That was good offense, to be honest. But I'm just glad he's sticking with it. From a guy that goes from starting and then the season last year to kind of just being ripped to the ringer, and his resilience and just battling adversity has been great. And I'm proud to call that guy Blue Jay, honestly, today. So
I mean,
I hope that just improves.
Like 12 points, 8 minutes, 3 for 3 from the floor, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds. I mean, that's just crazy efficient.
Wow, it's that
all
one.
Right. It is time for Coach's Corner, and that's sponsored by Care Minders Home Health Care. If you need care for your injured, ill loved one, reach out to Care Minders today. And there he is. You see, this is the guy we bring in when we need a win. This is the guy. Look at him back there.
There he is. Yeah, there they are. Good guys.
What an effort by our guys today.
That was just unbelievable. Great effort. And we were just discussing it just now, Coach, and you kind of add to this. It just seemed like they're really connected and everything. And it was kind of what Max said after the last game. They've been through an emotional roller coaster, and we just need they just need a break, And Absolutely. It was kind of like they hit that reset button, and we're playing number 5 in the country. Let's go do it.
Yeah, we've had a tough stretch. I mean, everything emotionally we've went through the last few weeks to respond this way on the road in this type of environment. Huge day. I think a lot of guys grew up today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to kind of start I'm going to start the obvious one where I start off with. The job on the boards, man. I mean, they got a few offensive rebounds, but not many. And this is a team that gets a ton of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, obviously that was a point of emphasis for us coming in. And just Jason Green, his effort, unbelievable. I thought we talked about the first game when we played them. We thought for the first 16 minutes we really competed, and we took away some of those things. And we kind of died off. And I thought we got tired. We hit the wall today, and we just responded. So it was huge to see.
Yeah. And then I thought Karam just came in tonight
Great
with a lot of poise, a lot of toughness down low, made some great moves down there against Reed. I thought he was tremendous.
Huge minutes. We knew last game they really emptied their package going to end down low to Reed, so we knew that they were going to do that again, and we were prepared for it, and our guys responded.
So is that kind of your plan coming in to take that number one, take that away?
Yeah, obviously, they made a lot of threes, and we wanted to make those tougher. But obviously, the boards, and we knew it was going in, doubling the post and being able to rotate out. Those were definitely our points of emphasis.
Well, Mr. Graves had quite the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, he had his best 2 days of practice the last 2 days, and it really carried over. And our biggest emphasis to him was push the ball, push the ball, push the ball, touch the paint. And I thought he did an amazing job, especially in that first half.
Well, that was a great strategy because we got a lot of buckets off pushing that ball, off their misses. We got a lot of open looks. When we got into
amazing
the
how
half
that
court
works,
there-
right, Tim?
What's that?
It's amazing how that works, right?
Yeah, right. When we got into the half court, they could, because of their size and athleticism, they could kind of, clog us up a bit. But
Right.
we got into the open space. We got some really great looks, and
Yeah.
in the paint too. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick was able to touch the paint. Josh did a great job. Fedor. So just those three guys really put pressure on the rim. I thought Austin as well, and then even Blake that last 8 minutes. Hudson tweaks his ankle and he has to go in, and he had some huge shots. Had a huge defensive position where he cracked down and got a rebound. So just winning play after winning play by multiple guys.
Yeah.
Your scout, TZ, your scout.
Well, it's everybody scout every game, but
Yeah.
I won't take any special credit.
Fair. All right, fair. Yeah, I love this. I'm gonna give it to him. Yep, let's give it to him. Yeah, good job, coach.
Well, I think you probably lead. You're probably leading the leaderboard as far as being on the show after a win, though.
That's not saying a lot. That's not saying a lot this year, but I'll take it.
No, I think you have, because we've had. I think we had somebody that said that. I think DK has been getting a lot of losses lately.
The last time I had to do a Zoom like this with you guys was the Nebraska game, so I'm thankful.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's not talk about that. Hey, guess what? We're beating them this week.
Yeah.
We got a dub. They don't.
Yeah. I'll take it. Now we got to do.
What was? I know, Hurley had a thing with the crowd after the last game, and the announcers are saying they think it was the loud. They've been there 3 times. They go, this was the loudest. Was the crowd pretty animated tonight?
Yeah, they were amped up to start the game. I thought the atmosphere was big time to start, and then obviously as we made shots, they tried to pick it back up, but I mean we responded every time, and that makes it hard for any crowd.
Have you ever seen anything in your career remotely what Josh brings us?
His heart. I mean, unbelievable. It's hard to explain. The effort he plays with. I think this was probably the first time that everybody else matched his intensity, and it was fun to see. Just every day, it's hard not to root for somebody like that.
Yeah.
Professional, true professional.
And it's good to see the go in. His effort defensively, everything he does for us, and to see him be rewarded by making shots here today, because we all know he's a big time shooter. So to see him finally have a day was huge.
Yeah, I had a couple of national guys texting me, and I said, "Hey, forget the these players deserve this. If this happens, if we can close this out, because
Right.
that's what it's all about."
Absolutely.
That Mullins is a tough cover, huh?
Yeah. I mean, we knew coming in, him and Ball. Ball had a good game. He's coming off his best week of the year. So just them, the gravity they create just by having to chase. And they never stop moving. So it makes it very difficult to guard. But I thought I was more surprised by his ability to put it on the floor today. He hadn't did that much, and we weren't really prepared for that. But I mean, he was able to navigate ball screens and get in there, and he made a couple mid-range floaters. So he's a really good player.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys are staying out there, right?
Yeah, we're staying here tonight, and then we're gonna head over, make that push to New York tomorrow.
NYC, baby.
Sir.
All right. Coach, I'll let you go so you can celebrate.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Good one.
That's Trey Ziegler. Join us. Coach's Corner, sponsored by Care Miners Home Health Care. If you're in need of care for your injured or ill loved one, reach out to Care Miners today. Go to careminersnebraska.com. They'll show you everything they have to offer, and then you can pick and choose what you want, your care for your injured or ill loved one, and you can contact them and get all the care and the peace of mind that you need. So that's Care Miners Home Care. We thank them so very much. For people that just joined us, we've got a bunch of people joining us. bluejbanner@gmail.com. Send us an email. If you want the show to keep going in the next 5 minutes, somebody needs to send an email and jump on with us, all right?
Yeah, I'm at 2 now. I'm at 2.
Yeah. So Austin's running out of power. Yeah,
Midnight feel, you know.
Boy, if you were married to my wife, you'd be getting yelled at right now. Because every time she looks at the phone, it's half gone. She starts screaming, "Why haven't you?"
That's fine. I mean, that's a good thing, right?
You know, I had a great point I wanted to talk with you real quick about. I think you and I after the last game, we were saying, you know, we're just lamenting the whole season kind of and going on. And we said, you know, if we could ever have a game where we made, you know, bunch of shots, that's our only hope to win, you know, and shoot the ball well and take care of the ball. Boom. There it is.
That happened. But I wouldn't even just say that. Like, just like we already touched on, rebound and defensively, like everybody was into the game collectively. Like, it just looked like a team game. Like, today just looked like a team sport, like what it is, right? Like, and I just think we've been having a lot of just individuals as what kind of what we've seen the past few months. But today it was a team effort, and it was, you know, we can go down the line.
When we start though hitting shots, and then we start playing defense more, and all of a sudden, now we're in the game against number 5 in the country. Okay, all of a sudden everybody's going for that rebound. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's infectious. Yeah, it's infectious. Like, it's hard to do, you know, the hard stuff when things aren't going good, right? Like when you're not making shots and not getting the 50-50s. And
on the topic of shooting, I mean, Coach Ziegler touched on this too, but our ability today to get to the paint was really good compared to the rest of the year, and that opened up the shots so much. I mean, those threes were wide open, a lot of them, which was really good to see.
And granted, we could also say though that's part of their scouting report or anybody's because we haven't shot the ball that well, right? So it's almost of like people more or less willing to play the percentages where it's kind of like, yes, we were collapsing the defense. We were finally getting those easy horse shots, as Mac always likes to call it. And, you know, it was just great to see, honestly. Like it looked what I'm used to seeing, honestly.
I think you hit it on the head there, Austin, because I think they came into this game saying, hey, they never drive to the hole, really. And if they do, we got Reed back there. So let's not worry about that. Let's make sure they don't go crazy, wide open looks at 3. And so we did, and we counteracted that. We had a plan to counteract that immediately. And that was, you know, one of the plans when they talked to Mac was, hey, we want to get into the paint today. And boom, there it was.
Yep.
Just another job of Mac out coaching Hurley.
Yeah. But it's also, that's right on the wall. We hadn't shot it well. So it's like, you gotta right? Go shoot a layup. Go shoot a layup.
Made one on the road tonight. What the heck?
Oh, yeah. That was a big one.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
God. What an effort. What an effort. And you know, the whole season I had one guy was Lenardi because he's in Indianapolis for the mock selection tomorrow. And he goes, oh my God, you're gonna pull this off. And I go, dude, I've watched this team all year. There's 3 minutes to go. There's a ton of game left. We got to handle the pressure, first of all, which we did an awesome job of tonight. Awesome job. Couple of little passes that we did end up getting, but we did a great job. And I knew once we got into the bonus, like that's one thing that we haven't been able to take advantage of is we are really, really good free throw shooting team. And we were able to take advantage of that tonight.
Decent. We're decent. But
Yeah.
No,
DePaul's beating Seton Hall by 7 right now.
I know.
3 minutes to go.
I'm loving it. Loving it. We'll move back into 4th place. AJ, it looks like the chats are blowing up.
A little bit, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Casey Beck said a few things. Like, he just said, I'm back, and Blake Harper's cold-blooded, and I asked him if he's joining the live stream today, and he has not responded to that.
Oh, come on, Casey.
Pete Birkland said, tougher team won. Agreed. Martin Swanson said, what a freaking win. What a beautiful team win. They played D, got to the rim, hit threes, hit free throws. Blue Jay Babe is upset because she bet on UConn tonight, so she didn't see that.
Can't blame her at 15.
Yeah. Casey said, responding to UConn surge to begin the second half was a thing of beauty. Agreed. We discussed that a little bit. Someone said, I don't know how to say their name, Fedor's flying around the entire game, had some swagger after getting the start. He stepped up. Again, we talked about that. Casey Beck then called out Blue Jay Babe and told her to show her face. And she said it will be a reveal one day.
Thank you for that, Casey. Thank you.
Blue Jay Babe, you have a prize. You have an autograph, Jackson McAndrew, I think it is.
And you got to come pick it up at Letterfly.
Yeah. Well, I'll even, she needs to send an email to that email right there, bluejaybanner@gmail.com. Then we'll connect. I'll even send it to her. And there goes Austin. We should have had, that little sound effect when somebody disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and unfortunately, I think it's going to eventually go off, but otherwise there'll be just that black wall between you and I, AJ.
Perfect.
Any more?
No. And then she just said, I got to find a way to get that, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, that's a start. So Blue Jay Babe, just send an email, bluejaybanner@gmail.com. You won't have to show your face or anything. We'll hook up. We'll get you we'll get your address and we'll get it sent to you. All right. Now, if you're just joining, send an email to that email address. AJ will get you on the show. We got an empty open block here now. We got to have somebody else, take over Austin's spot. So join the show. And we'd love
Casey's
to talk
coming
to all of you. But Blue Jay Babe, I can't blame you. It was 15 points. I couldn't believe how light that was. Yeah, so in the Big East, St. John's is by 10 on Marquette. They've got to be just stoked that they have a chance to take over the lead here, because that was probably an unexpected loss that they didn't see coming. And then, as AJ said, DePaul is romping a game I called. I told everybody, watch out for DePaul tonight over Seton Hall, 64-52. Georgetown got beat, so even though we kind of thought we had to have them lose to keep our gap between 5th and 6th place, we now picked up a game on them. We will not pick up a game on DePaul, however. So they're still only going to be one back. Arizona's leading BYU by 7 of games of interest. Murray State's getting beat again, man. They're losing to Illinois State by 8 on the road, though. That's a tough place to play. Redbird Arena. Wow, what a game between Alabama and Arkansas tonight. 117, 115, and 2 overtimes. Woo! That would have been a great one to watch.
I don't like Alabama, but they're a fun team to watch every year, I feel like. High-powered offense.
A&M, a team that was getting very close to being kicked out of the bracket, pulled out a win. All right. First up tonight, we got Casey.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Casey?
Oh, just enjoying the great win tonight.
What was your?
That was a good one.
What was your favorite part of the game?
I would say our bounce back that second half, because they started to come back, and then sometimes we folded a lot, and it's just like I was like, oh, don't be like a 20-point swing here. So we hung in there and fought, and man, I tell you what, that was the best we looked all year. Yeah, that might have been almost as better a win as when I seen at Madison Square Garden when Jemiah dunked and that diarrhea wanted to fight him. Remember that one? So Yeah, that was a great game because I actually sat by St. John's fans, and St. John's fans might hate UConn fans worse than we do. So it was a
Yeah,
joy.
well, they always come in and take over their arena, you know. So they
Yeah.
kind of get a little prickly about that. But apparently that game they just played Madison Square Garden, there was way more St. John's fans there. And Hurley just said the days of us taking this place over are done with. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be full force.
Yeah,
how
now
did
that
you-
the St. John's is relevant. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now I got to ask you. So, we're probably going to have maybe not live, but generally speaking, when we do these shows, especially when they lose, they tend to jump on stuff like I do when Creighton lose. I kind of try to jump on the other team stuff to hear what they're saying. How did you find UConn fans just in general, though?
They're kind of
didn't have a
like
big
a
problem
little
with it.
bit. No, they're not as bad as Providence. So they're
Oh,
probably like
yeah.
Providence's stepbrother. You know what I mean? They're
They're
probably
really-
like
Providence is
a
really
little drunk, not quite as drunk and mouthy, but they're not
They're a
bad.
little bit,
I mean,
they're a little bit more like, what should I say?
they're
Like
arrogant.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
they're arrogant. They're not like
mean. Like, you
feisty.
see them in a bar, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, Creighton's got a great team. Good luck to you." But
Yeah.
you just it's hard to describe. You know what? It's just that little bit of chip on their shoulder. Which, what?
Yeah.
If they won as many titles and stuff that they have, you probably almost have to give it to them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I mean that's. But no, you gotta that's why you gotta go to Madison Square Garden and just experience, because then you get to see all the fans, how they all like. So yeah. But
Well,
no,
you don't- I've
great
never
game in
seen-
general.
I never seen any Paul fans.
No, they don't show up very much. I don't
Butler
know.
doesn't
It's
really have a
usually
big-
it's always like the top 5 or 6 teams that bring a crowd. And
Butler
then of
doesn't
course
even have a
St.
big-
John's is
big
huge.
draw. Xavier has a few fans.
No. Yeah.
They have a few, but
Yeah.
it's usually St. John's, UConn, Creighton, Providence. Well, St. John's, UConn, Providence are the top 3 because they're the closest.
Yeah.
And then,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then Seton Hall doesn't have a huge fan base. There's a fair amount of Seton Hall fans there, but then it's us. The problem with Madison Square Garden, if you go, it's not like if you're thinking of St. Louis. You know how we all sat together. So it was just,
Yeah, that was the best.
whole end of
Yeah.
the arena was, it was loud. There,
Well, it was like
you're-
half Creighton, half
fans are
Wichita
all over the
State.
place.
So it was just like, yeah. Yeah. No.
What'd you think of Karam tonight?
I agree with you, Tim. The dude is just gradually getting better. Gives us great minutes. And like you said, just with his rebounding, like you said, when some of those big guys, sometimes they force a pass, he kind of takes a dribble, settles, and then passes. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy that if you would have told me he was playing before Owen Freeman at the beginning of the year, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But
Karam's
yeah,
getting it done.
but no, I think everybody that got in the game, I think they just played solid. I mean, there's a few times that Graves would drive in. He kind of drives in and then he stalls out in the lane a little bit, like stops his dribble.
But he didn't.
And then
turn
he
it over.
gets-
That was the key.
Yeah, I think that was part of the game plan. I mean, even Coach Ziegler touched on it. I think he was just trying to break the defense down a little bit just to open up those shooters. But
Yeah.
he doesn't do it as bad as like Ty Davis. I still think Ty Davis does that. He can beat his guy a lot,
Yes.
and then he always just stalls, and then he will try to kick it out. But yeah, I agree.
And like you said, Ty Davis he's pretty long. Like he never, like you said it before, he never takes the ball up. Like take the ball,
should.
just take it up,
Yeah.
because they were letting him bang today.
I didn't have a particularly
Yeah.
good game tonight. He got beat a couple times and kind of threw up that one in the corner kind of quickly. I wish he wouldn't have done that, but then he got hurt, so he really
Yeah.
didn't get a lot time to show a lot. But again, he's a guy you can bring in that's not going to be scared of the moment, and he wasn't tonight. For a freshman, he's probably gone up against some of those guys before, and when he was at Mount Verde, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, it was an awesome game, and I always love beating UConn just because I don't
God,
know.
do we own them, huh?
I know that's the best too, and I'm not a big fan of Hurley. I mean, he's just, I don't know. There's difference. I don't know.
I gotta say this though. Hurley off the court is pretty. If you like I usually listen to his press conferences, like when he has during the week ones, and he's pretty funny. He's a pretty good dude.
Yeah.
And you got to hand it.
He's
to
kind of
UConn
like
for
the on the court.
doing the tribute to Josh's mother. I mean, that was
that was super nice.
That was.
And they said
classic.
I watched Dix on the interview, and they were saying that Hurley stopped and talked to Dix for like a minute and said something to him too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm sure. And that's exactly what Hurley said the other day when I watched his press conference. He was like, "Hey, they've gone through so much." They go, "Are you going to get a better effort than you got?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "They've gone through so much." He goes, "They played a brutal non-conference schedule, and before they could even get to it, they lose their best player, or one of their best players, one of the best players in the Big East, and then to have happen what just happened the last couple of weeks." He goes, "It's going to be devastating to any team." So he was really complimentary. So, and he also said, I have more, or I don't know if he used the word most, but he said, I have as much respect for Creighton as any team in the Big East. He goes, I respect their program. They've gotten it done. Mac is an unbelievable coach, and he was just couldn't be nicer. So he wasn't like
Well,
Nick
I
Cronin.
think they showed that stat. Mac's the first person to have 10 wins against him. So
Yep. Yeah, and then DK
that's probably why, because Mac's. Yeah, DK has like 8, I think, or something. It was the stat, I think DK had 8, Mac had 9. Now Mac has 10. So yeah, you better say nice things, because that's 2 years in a row we went in there and beat him. Sorry, bud. It's just the way I am.
We've gone in there and won now. 4?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Because when it started, I thought down low, I thought we were going to get smoked down low. I was like, oh boy, because we were getting 8 up down low. I was like,
it's kind of,
this might be a long game.
We did it, and that's something I wanted to bring up to Trey, but then I was like, let them have their moment. They got us early, but then it seemed like UConn kind of went away from that. Like they didn't even try and get it into Reed very much. No.
And Caravan was a non-factor.
Yeah.
Like 2 points.
Okay, me and Mike yesterday today on the preview, we missed on everything. Okay, obviously.
Did you pick DePaul to win, because they actually finally won, Tim?
No. I picked DePaul to win, but
okay.
No, we, as far as the Creighton game, we said it's gonna be ugly. The one thing we said was, Caravan a lot of times disappears, but if the game's a 2-point game, then he shows up and hits a big shot. But once again he did that. And the other thing too, Mac likes those percentages, and again, Ball has not shot the ball great from 3. He's been scoring a lot lately, but he hasn't shot great from 3. And he sometimes, when I think the announcers kind of alluded to it but didn't want to go there, UConn doesn't have a very deep bench. And they haven't had to use that bench because they've been beating everybody. So this kind of exposed them to like NCAA tournament thing. They get in a close game, and tonight the pressure got on, and they're tightening up on those 15-foot floaters and jump shots.
Yeah, and we were running the whole time too. We were running and driving, and they're probably thinking, "Oh, we're just going to shoot threes." And like you said, we were running, driving, getting good layups in the paint, and then the second half is when we started hitting threes, because that opened up. So and they were hitting our shots. So all the better.
Casey, awesome.
Blue Jay babe, come on, let's go. Show your face.
It's a great mystery of the season, isn't it?
It is. I just want to see your face. Let's go. Oh,
thanks,
man.
Casey.
All right, boys. See ya.
First multiple appearance. Casey's the first one. All right, there. See how easy that was? You have a nice chat with us. We're nice to you. We appreciate it. BlueJayBanner@gmail.com. Just send us an email. We've got some more chats, I see.
Yeah, Pesky Blues said, Harper mentioned having a tough week of practice on the post-game radio and that I deserved it. Any insight?
Oh, didn't. Well, the thing was they practiced Monday. They didn't have a media thing. They practiced Monday and then Tuesday and then left right away. So the practices were kind of closed this week. So, well, I mean, yeah, Makes sense, doesn't it? And just like Trey said, Graves has best practice 2 practices of the year. Look what happened.
Yeah, it was clear today, obviously. And then we had someone ask if we win out, I know that is unlikely, do we have any shot of making it to the tournament?
No. Here's the problem. So what are we now? 14 and 13. So we have
Yeah, we can
4
be
more
18
games
and
left, I believe.
13.
18 and 13, which if you get 2 more, get to 20 and 13. Yeah, but if you're not going to make the NCAA tournament, you're going to lose another one. So that's 20 and 14. Very few teams make it with 14 losses. You better have one heck of a resume. Okay. And the problem there is we would be collecting 2 big-time wins, probably over Seton Hall and then maybe UConn or St. John's in that semifinal game. But that would be Friday night. The committee's pretty much got the field set by the end of Thursday. Sure, could they make a change? Sure, but I don't think so. Now, what it could do is open up, if this is appealing to anybody. I know I haven't had very many people be takers on this one. But what it could do is it could really open up the crown for us. And it'll be interesting to see, because we have to beat out, because they take 2 teams automatically from the Big East. Seton Hall is going to be one because they have the best net by far. And then it's pretty close between Butler, Providence, Creighton. Now we're going to zoom past Providence now and probably challenge Butler. So if we can get ahead of those 2, we would automatically get a bid to the crown. And I believe you have to go. You can't opt out. I think you have to go. So we'd be going to the crown. And it's only 8 teams. So all you do is win 3 games. Hey, roll the dice. If we're playing, if we keep, going like we are now, trending upward, playing well, who knows? Be a lot of cash to pour into that NIL bucket.
It's true.
As Casey mentioned, DePaul did knock off Seton Hall. Marquette and St. John's are at the half. It is 44-35 St. John's. Kansas is whooping up on our old friend Steve Lutz, so it doesn't look like they'll be going to the NCAA tournament. They're up 13. All right, what else we got?
That's it for chats.
That's it?
Yep.
Come on, people. Come on, people.
Creighton is still at 71 in KenPom.
That's a live update. They were
that'd
close
be-
to 80 though, weren't they?
Yeah, so that'd be probably another reason why we won't make it in. It's just because I know they don't take KenPom, but that's obviously a good indicator of like where we're at.
It's a small, teeny tiny.
Yeah, and I don't think 71 is going to cut it.
They pay attention to the WAB and SOR. Strength of record will improve greatly. WAB will also improve greatly because that was a team that was like number 2 or 1 or 2 overall, and we beat them. So that's like we're gonna jump by a lot of people. But again, we're just short. Had we, like I said, had we just won those Seton Hall and the DePaul game, those 2, we'd be sitting here at 16-11. We'd be in with a win over a top flight team, and then win out. Now you're talking. We have 4 more left, right? So that'd be 20-11, and then we could win 1 and lose 1, and big. It'd be 20-12, and we'd be in like Flint. So, yeah.
Yeah, but we also could play the game of if we lost at home to Georgetown and Xavier, the games that we probably should have lost to. Just saying.
We could have better effort against Villanova too.
Well, that was an ugly game.
Georgetown. Yeah, there's a lot of games where we just. Again,
I don't know. It's hard to say because I do think if you find a way, it probably won't happen. I get that, but if you found a way to win out, I mean, that's a win against Seton Hall. That's a win. What do we have at St. John's still? I don't know. We might change our tune, but it's
not
likely.
The thing is, though, that Seton Hall win is like not aging well. Like they've dropped. They're down to like 55. They're going to drop way down tonight after losing to Paul.
After a loss, yeah.
So they're gonna. Heck, we could probably pass them here in the next week because they're not done. They're not done either. I don't think. I think they've got. If I'm not mistaken, I think they've got. Let's see here. They have Seton Hall. Yeah, they've got UConn and St. John's left, and they have to go to Xavier. They're not done losing yet.
Right.
Yeah, so we could actually pass them for the number 1 crown, which would probably give us a better seed in the crown. I know people don't want to hear about the crown, but it is what it is, guys. You know. Hey, we can hang our hat on this one, right? At least we went and got another win at UConn. I mean, it's just gonna make next week when we get these home games, people are gonna be more enthused. You know, the crowd's gonna be more enthused. They're gonna be more energetic. We're gonna have a bigger crowd, most likely. I sure hope so. Anyway.
So this obviously isn't updated. Net says we're 83rd, and Butler in Providence is 81 and 80. So I mean, I feel like with this win, we would jump both of them.
Okay, let me pair that up with what I had today before it got updated. So I'll be able
it's not updated right now. That's what I'm saying. It's not updated.
Yeah. I just want to see
1 and
that...
7 in quad 1, and it says 13 and 13.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, they dropped that far. I thought they were in the 70s. Huh. I haven't really paid attention to them, but you know, because they're kind of out of the running for a spot too. In that case, yeah, we'll easily get in. God, look at 1 win, you know. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to make sure we don't lose 3 of the last 4.
No, I mean, hey, Butler's going to be no piece of cake. I mean,
no,
going on the road
St. John's is not going to be either.
No.
So that's 2 games.
No,
right
and
there.
I expect us to. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win that game. But certainly we got to beat DePaul.
DePaul at home and Providence at home.
Yeah, we got to win those two.
And
I don't know what
Providence at home.
And that dude's going to be out for the game against us. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Like, I'm just not sure on Providence where their mindset's going to be by then. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're a weird team. I mean, they've played like really, really good games. They've had really, really bad games. So they're a scary team, obviously, because they have the potential to beat just about anybody. Because they've almost beat UConn, once or twice, and they beat St. John's.
See that, and then not only that, Villanova has climbed back. At under 30, they're now 29th. So now our resume looks so much better. Like, we've got 2 high quality wins now. And we're still only 2 and 7 and then 2 and 5 against the next. So we're 4 and 12 in this top quadrants, which isn't good. But it looks a hell of a lot better than it did.
Wasn't that kind of like North Carolina's record? When
Wait. You said Ken Palm we were 80?
Yeah.
No, that's impossible. This morning we were 79.
No, I said 71 for Ken Palm.
Oh, 71. Okay, sorry. My bad. Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, so we're going to move up in all those metrics. So we were outside in our BV rankings where we take the SOR and WAB and net and combine. We were outside, like we were about 100th. I'll bet you we are inside the top 75 after tonight. It'll be interesting to see how these numbers change. But again, it's not going to be enough. But we'd help Kansas State got a roll, got that quad 3 loss off our resume.
But wasn't North Carolina's resume similar to ours right now that year they got in?
No. They were 8. I want to say, don't quote me on this, I want to say they were 8-1 in quad 2. They just didn't have. Okay. I think they had 1 or 0 wins in quad 1. 1 win, I think.
Yeah.
Now granted, they're 8 wins in quad 2. A lot of them were like against number 60, number 66, number 66, because the ACC wasn't that great last year.
Right. Yeah.
So they won. Yeah. They had a lot of, like our quad too. We've got games against Marquette and DePaul in there. Xavier, those games are all in there, and they're 91, 98, 109, 111. They're all sitting in there. But yeah, that's what they had. The other thing why they got in, and this is going back to last year's committee, which we didn't understand how they were going to do things, was that they leaned heavily on SOR and WOB, and their SOR and WOBs were both in the 30s. North Carolina's were, even though their net was like a 50 something. So that's how they got in. So, it is what it is. All right. Well, too much to the demise of Austin. Let's see if we can talk about.
Unsung hero.
Oh, Brandon's got something in here though. If we went out, I know unlikely. Do we have any reasonable shot? Oh no.
I asked you that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we did just get one that asked if we knew why Blake Harper didn't play in the first half, and I'm guessing it has something to do with the practice comment that Pesky Blues made, and also just Hudson has been playing well. But Tim, I'll let you add if there's anything to add.
You're right. Yeah. It was just what he himself said in the postgame, that he had 2 poor days of practice and he would have benched himself too. So, I guess that's easier to say when you just beat the number 5 team in the country and come off the bench in 8 minutes and score 12 points.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
but I think Coach Murph.
You forget about that triple bogey when you finish birdie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think Coach Murph, when we interviewed him last time, said that Hudson was playing so well that they kind of just shifted the minutes to Hudson.
Yeah, and that's why Blake got in the game tonight. Frankly, is because Hudson
went
his
out,
ankle a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Well, let's go unsung hero.
Yeah, it's really tough. I feel like we've kind of thrown out the points criteria, to be honest with you. But I'm going to try to stick with that, single-digit points. I think I have to go with Blake Harper. Oh, shit, he had 12.
Yeah, he had 12. That's what I was going to say. He kind of fits the bill every other category, checks the box.
Yeah, he only played 8 minutes, so it's hard to say he was the hero of the game.
Right. I would probably say you could put Karam in that category.
I think Karam would be 4th or 5th for me. I think you would put Jason Green and Trout above him.
No, I wouldn't put Trout in there.
I thought Trout played great today. He had 4 rebounds.
Okay.
He had 2 for 6 from 3. He had a good steal. He played great defense. I don't know. I thought Trout played well.
Good defense.
He played pretty good defense.
Good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know that Jay Green is unsung. How many rebounds did he have?
11, but he only had 8 points, and they all came from the free throw line.
That's one hell of an effort,
And he had a block and a steal.
If you were going star of the game, okay, let's go backwards. If you were going star of the game, who would you pick?
Josh Dix or Nick Graves, obviously. Probably Dix. 8 rebounds, 21 points, 3 for 4 from 3,
yeah, Dix
6 for 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, I'd go him 1, Nick Graves 2, and then probably Fedor 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd go Jason Green 4.
Yeah, someone else just said Isaac Trout should be the unsung hero. Yeah.
What's his line?
8 points, 3 for 7 from the floor, 2 for 6 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, which I actually thought he had 2 steals.
I never know how
like I said,
steals.
I felt like he was playing great defense. Every time that I watched him, he was picking up the screen and he was covering it very well, and then he would bounce back very quickly. And he had the energy tonight.
It's just that we put him in position where he didn't have to guard one-on-one very much, which was good.
Yeah,
where he always had help. Well, we're getting votes. So we have Isaac
Jason.
Trout, we have Jason. But Jason, how many points you say Jason had?
8, and they all came at the free throw line.
Yeah, 8 and 11. He can't. He's more of the star of the game than the unsung hero. Well, somebody said star of the game, Nick Graves. We aren't in the game without him. Well, we're not in the game without Josh Dix either.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, Josh Dix impacted the game way more in the defensive end and the rebounding end than Nick did.
Yeah, and honestly, you could argue. I know he has 14 points, but you could argue Fedor too. I mean, he didn't do anything flashy, but he was just so consistent all game and very solid.
Right. Yeah.
Did you see when Blake made that second 3 to kind of put the game away, and Mac yelling at him to get back on D?
Yeah.
I was laughing
tends
at that.
to do that. But nothing sweeter than to see that arena empty out with like a minute to go. And then what was great was they kept fouling, so that last minute lasted like 15 minutes. It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, that was always good to see.
The World Capital basketball empty out. It was great.
It would even be better if we do that in New York for the tournament.
As I said to my wife, well, we could win the Big East tournament. I go, we face UConn again. We ain't beating UConn. They are going to come loaded. And, okay, so here's some things that went into tonight, too, which now looking back on it, it's easy to look at it, right, after you win. But you kind of should have saw this a little bit. A, they haven't been playing great lately. B, did you see what they have ahead of them? Villanova and St. John's. So those guys were looking ahead to those two games. Just like, well, let's get through tonight, and then let's buckle it up Saturday against Villanova. So a little bit of a look. This is kind of a sandwich game, So kind of that NFL thing where, kind of the perfect storm, in other words. And I hate to say this, because I don't want to take anything away from our team, but they missed a lot of shots.
They missed a ton of floaters.
And they missed
every single one they shot.
Ball makes a lot of those 10, 15 footers too, and they missed some open threes they usually make. Caravan usually knocks at least one of them down. And they missed how many little bunnies at the rim, like Mullins missed that dunk. I mean, how often is that going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of little buckets. It was just happened to be, like we had an angel up there again.
Yep, sure seemed like it.
And there's no deserving in the country. There was no more deserving team to win that game. And I'll bet you, it's not on yet. I'll bet you Van Pelt has, the best thing I saw today. I wouldn't be surprised if he has Creighton just after everything they went through, And Jason, I loved at the end, Jason with slamming that ball on the floor. You could just tell that was just an outburst of wow. So yes, Casey, the game's at MSG. They don't play since Patino came in. They don't play any conference games at the little arena. They only play a few non-conference there. Patino said, "We're New York's team. We're going to be playing at Madison Square Garden. I don't care how much it costs." So he threw the gauntlet down there, which I think is good. I mean, I remember back in the day when they had their great teams like Chris Mullen and those guys. They played a couple of games in the Big East at their own arena, but a big time game, Georgetown, and those games were always at Madison Square Garden. So I think
it'll be good for the guys to get to see it kind of right before the Big East tournament too, just to play in that environment and see it.
Because some have never been in there. Right. A lot of them actually.
A lot of
Blake, Hudson,
Dix probably.
Conan, Dix,
Potentially.
and Freeman, unless weren't they in the NIT?
Potentially.
Did they make it to the final? They might have made it to the finals of the NIT one year. I think they did, but I can look it up. All right, so let's go through the stat sheet once again, would you? And I'd like to.
Yep.
I'd be interested in hearing team totals at the end too, like what they shot, rebounds, turnovers, all that kind of jazz.
All right, so we'll start with Josh Dix, 6 for 10 from the floor, 3 for 4 from 3, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. Then we got Nick Graves, 18 points, 7 for 14 from the floor, 2 for 5 from 3, 2 for 2 from free throws, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 turnover. Fedor is another good stat line, 14 points, 4 for 7 from the floor, 6 for 8 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 0 assists and 2 turnovers, but he did have a steal. And then those are the standouts for Creighton. Team totals, obviously 91 points, 27 for 55 from the floor, 49%, 10 for 21 from 3, 48%, 27 for 32 from the free throw line, 84%.
Wow. How many did St. John or did UConn
they shot
shoot?
8? They shot 18. They went 11 for 18 from the line, and
so we made more than they shot by 9.
Terrace Reed went 1 for 4 from the line. That's the strategy to beat UConn, is make him shoot free throws. Another interesting thing I thought was we had 10 assists to UConn's 21. So I don't know. I thought that was 10 assists for us on a win is very rare. We had 4 steals, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 37 defensive rebounds. And then UConn, just their overall stat line, they shot 44% from the floor, 31 for 71, 11 for 30 from 3, 37%. Like I said, 11 for 18 from the free throw line, 61%. They had 21 assists, and they only had 8 offensive rebounds and 27 defensive compared to our 37. And then UConn had 21 fouls to our 15.
Yeah, a lot of that, of course, was
the last 2 minutes.
I stand corrected. Iowa did not make the finals of the NIT.
Yeah, Braylon Mullins, 6 for 11 from 3. He's so good. He's fun to watch. 9 for 22 from the floor, 25 points. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Okay. If we don't have anybody ready to jump on with us, and we don't have more chats,
Nope.
I think we'll call it a night. A very, very successful night. A very wonderful night.
Yeah, we'll take it.
A very out of the blue, who saw that coming night.
Never a doubt, Tim.
What's that?
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. Yeah, okay. Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. Our next post game will be Saturday, an early afternoon post game, about 1:15. That's perfect.
Yep, love it.
Get the game over with, get it out of the way, and we're set for the weekend. Then tomorrow we will have a baseball preview of the big tournament they're going to play down in San Diego starting Friday. So we'll have a baseball preview, and then Friday, Mike and I will get together to give you another really right on the nail preview like we did today of we told you exactly what was going to happen. Except we had the score reversed, I think, maybe. But yeah, I'm just so happy for the team. Those guys, there's nobody that needed this worse than those guys. I mean, they deserved it, everything they've gone through. And I think people are wondering what's going on with Creighton and what's wrong with Creighton and why is Creighton where they are now and blah, blah, blah. Well, I think tonight you saw that this team has a lot of talent when it can get together, and it's missing some guys that they expected to be out there. So,
yeah, I mean, like I said, this is kind of the come to fruition moment of what we expected all season. Just like everybody was attacking the hoop, everybody was making the shots they were supposed to be making, and just looked complete. So hopefully they can build off this and make it a fun last 4 or 5 games.
And my goodness, if Mr. Richardson was watching tonight, I would think he'd really want to be a part of this,
We can hope.
All right.
We can hope.
Thanks, AJ. Really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for
Thanks,
watching.
Tim.
Really appreciate it. What a great win. Go Jays.